Hey everybody, this is Throbby with Large Lads, and we have another good video for you today, and I'm sitting here with Tristan and Bubby,
Hello.
Hello, hello.
and this video is going to be where we want the next Fallout to be set.
Ooh, it's a good
I'm
one.
hyped.
All right.
Hyped.
Alright, so our tiers are Big Iron, that's S tier, Take Me Home, I'd Wander Here, Set the World on Fire, and Kick Me in the Head. If you don't get it and I have to explain it to you, maybe I won't
You're not a
explain
real
it to you.
You're not a real Fallout fan.
Yeah,
if
don't
you don't
explain
get
it.
it.
You're not a
Don't
real
explain.
Fallout fan if you don't get it. But, so we're going to go through all of the different locations that I figured would be cool for the next Fallout to be located in. If you think I missed one, okay. Are we ready?
Ready?
All right. And we're going to start with what I think is actually a really, really high tier location. Hey, Bubby, like that.
Goofy man.
All right. And our first high tier location is Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon, huh?
Portland, Oregon. And I think that there,
Oh man.
I just think that there's like a lot of potential in Portland, Oregon. Because you have like, obviously it's like a urban city, but then it's kind of surrounded by a bunch of like nothing, right? Like Cascadia kind of type stuff. No?
A lot of actual rural land that we could see that's actually 200 years after the nukes dropped. Kind of like how in 76 we get to see a rural Virginia, but it's not actually that long after the nukes had dropped. Whereas if we were to go here in Portland after 260 or so years, it'd be a different vibe than what we've got from the other mainline Fallouts.
Yeah, I think this one's really cool. I think we're starting it off with a really cool one.
I think it's cool too. I like the West Coast in Fallout.
Yeah.
Almost exclusively the only time I like the West Coast.
Yeah, and also wildlife. I mean, I think here we could have mountain lions, we could have, bears and elk or moose, or like we have all kinds of different wildlife that would make sense here. I guess there's Yaogwai everywhere, kind of in a way.
Yeah. And this could be the coldest place too. We might actually, you could actually get some winter going on in Portland here.
Yeah.
In Fallout at some
Oh,
point.
that sounds so dope.
Kind of. You know what's funny is I think Boston probably gets more snow than
That's
Portland
probably
does.
true.
As
That's
funny as it
probably
is. But there's lots of stuff here
Google Maps. It's looking pretty cool, man.
at Portland.
Yeah, just imagine it like in the future, like Fallout Land.
Yeah, and Portland kind of also just has like a unique culture. I think that the 76 to me sucks, but I think I think being able to have like that kind of forest, kind of like surrounding area could be really cool. Like a dense Portland forest, similar to like 76, but like actually good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I would even venture to say to start here, I would say Take Me Home is where I'm thinking.
This could be a take me home angle. It could be a take me home angle.
I think this is a good one.
The only thing I can think of is I don't know much of the history of Portland, so I don't know many of the Fallout callbacks to it. There would be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in Nevada, like you have the Arizona Rangers, and you have like Vegas is kind of a unique city in Fallout and in the real world to begin with. So it's already got some cool stuff to it, and most of the southwest coast has already been taken over with Fallout 1, 2, and New Vegas, and now it's a TV show. It'd be cool to see more north and see what's going on up there. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I do think I think it does have its own unique culture, but it's not as like ingrained in like American pop culture to really like,
Yeah, to pull from. For us to understand anyway. I'm sure if we were to see a game made of it, it'd make a lot more sense. But
So where are you thinking? Where are you guys thinking? I'd Wander Here, I'd Take Me Home. I think this is on the better side.
yeah, I would say probably the top of I'd Wander Here, only because I'm ignorant to what else is going on. But I could be convinced to Take Me Home.
I thought you were gonna go for Take Me Home because you sound pretty hype. I don't know anything about Portland, so I'd say I'd Wander Here just because of how cool it looks. And I'm imagining it in like the Fallout universe.
Well, we'll put it here and we can adjust it later as we go, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, next one obviously is Hollywood or Los Angeles, however you want to take it.
Yeah, LA is another one that would be really cool, if only if it were done correctly by Bethesda and not totally squandered, as I really feel like they've tried to do with their modern use of the West Coast and Fallout. All of LA and California and the NCR are have been like places we've wanted to see for a long time, and we've never really gotten a great opportunity to see. At least I don't think LA. It'd be cool.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think this kind of is like the return to California one that I think a lot of people would want if you did return to
Yeah.
California.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm feeling.
I mean, you could insert California City. I mean, it could be like San Francisco or
Yeah.
whatever it might be. They kind of all do the same thing here.
Yeah.
But I think Hollywood. I think Hollywood's I think Hollywood's pretty cool. My only thing is like, how much do you value going to somewhere you've never been before in the Fallout universe?
Yeah, that's
I was at
exactly
Hollywood
it.
for a week.
Well, what we're
And what'd you
saying is like,
what'd you think?
It was pretty okay. It was kind of just like a bunch of crazy people and like scam artists.
So you already felt like there was ghouls running the streets.
Yes, bro. It was late, and I'm like, oh, like I'm gonna get like rads if I stay out late. So I just didn't stay out late, bro.
Daring.
It wasn't as like it didn't feel as magical as it was in my head. I mean, it's just a regular. Well, I didn't really have time or money to go run around and like really explore the place. The observatory is pretty sick, but
Well, I think the cool thing about this is there's lots of landmarks.
yeah,
oh yeah, oh wait, yeah.
that's true. Boston and DC already like they have tons of them all over the place, and those are the coolest parts of the 3 and 4 maps.
Yeah. So what do you guys think?
You would argue
I'd
that's
wander
the coolest
there.
part of 4. I think I would wander here. I'm only taking away points actually because it is California and it has been done before. You know what I mean?
Before,
Like, we've
behind-
been there quite a bit.
In front of or
I
behind
think
Portland?
behind Portland.
I think I would
actually.
like Portland more too, low key. Because
Yeah, I'd like
you could
Portland
still
more.
you could still have NCR and all that stuff in Portland.
Yeah, you could still have callbacks to the past, or
Well,
et cetera, et cetera.
next one we're returning to the Pacific Northwest with Seattle.
Ooh.
I need pictures. I need pictures.
Seattle it's a pretty like iconic like skyline. But
Big city. It's very Portland-esque. It just is a bigger city.
That tower is hard, by the way.
tower does go hard. We've already I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's any lore on Seattle or Portland in Fallout. There might be some, but none that I'm aware of. And as a guy who's never actually been to Seattle, I mean, I don't know much about it, to be honest. All the benefits that would go to Portland, I think, would go to Seattle as well, right? Like all the pluses for
I think maybe what you would say is that Seattle's a bit bigger of a city and maybe would be more like a city that would get hit, whereas Portland might be more of a pristine area where it's like in between zones. And I think that's how the games would probably go.
It's a good point.
I mean, like I'm looking at the pictures on Google. I'm trying to imagine it in the Fallout universe, and it's definitely not. Doesn't seem like it'd be bad. I'd wander there, you know.
I think it would too. I think for me, my I think it's pretty much tied with Portland. It's just whether or not it'd be before or behind Portland.
I have no preference either way. They both look interesting.
I think I would go Portland just because I think it's more unique.
Go ahead and put Portland above it.
All right. Well, the next one, Toronto,
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, so Canada has been annexed by this point in Fallout. Like they were annexed before the war. So you would be like, you could actually like, there might be consequences to Portland, or not to Portland, to Toronto and Canada being like annexed states rather than, totally willing states. Unlike all the other ones that we've seen before, there might be whether it be that they have less vaults or anything like that going on. But it's still really close to, main U.S. anyway, because like 80% of people who live in Canada live 20 miles away from the U.S. Toronto's not one I really know a ton about.
Yeah, I mean there'd be way more snow. There's a lot of culture in Toronto, so like this would be like your Canada game, right? You could encompass all
Yeah.
of Canada kind of in your Toronto. Um, I think it would be cool, but I actually don't put as much stock in like how cool all of Canada is versus like going hard on like the culture of one American city.
Yeah, I think that generally America would be a better place to go. But I think there are some cool things you could do with Canada albeit you could do with America as well. Like with like you could have a DLC out in the far west, like open ranges of Edmonton or anywhere in like British Columbia, all the far west places that are out in the open in the middle of total nowhere. Like you could actually like there is reason for a lot of Canada to not be totally devastated, whereas for the most part, America is going to be like kind of fallout and polluted. Um, there's more justification to a lot of Canada actually just not being glassed, which would be I guess one of the cool things that you could do with a Canada game or a Toronto game or whatever.
Yeah, I think for me, I actually lean towards Set the World on Fire. I just don't think to me it's not like the coolest.
I'm not too fond of it, and I'm more of a America first almost always in Fallout anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just because I think a lot of the soul of Fallout is
actually,
kind of Americana.
Borderline kicked me in the head. Actually, I don't think I'd want to go to Toronto much.
Yeah.
What do you guys
I
think?
keep forgetting that we have to have bad ones.
Yeah, you gotta have bad ones.
That's what just made me
I
think of that
can't
because
imagine-
all of them seem pretty cool. Because that's kind of what I kind of picked cool ones for a reason. So
That we'll put that in kick me in the head. That's like I don't want if you tell me that the Fallout like game is gonna be in Toronto, I'm gonna do a little bit of frowny face, but I'll play it anyways.
yeah,
You
just
know?
knowing what comes ahead, I'm in my just at a quick glance, I'm just kind of thinking like Toronto's probably my least favorite here
Yeah,
for the most part. All right,
I'm totally cool with it.
up next is one that I actually really like, which is Nolans or New Orleans.
Yeah, this has been one that the Fallout team, the community has wanted for a very long time. They have been like actually like making like fan made trailers and stuff of a theoretical Fallout New Orleans since like right after.
Oh, I saw that.
Made. Yeah, like people have been like begging and fiending for this for a very long time. It's also like kind of it's one of the places in America that has not been touched by any sort of Fallout game. Like none of the games have touched the Southeast or the Central South ever, really. And New Orleans is kind of the most unique, at least from the outside, of all the southern cities.
Yeah, I think it has the most culture or like unique culture of any of the southern cities. Maybe that you would consider in the deep South, at least.
Yeah,
you could make an argument for
New Orleans, and you can see that it's New Orleans.
Yeah.
Whereas Atlanta or Savannah or whatever, it's like they can kind of blend together more. But
yeah, New Orleans too. You got old looking city with swamps and all kinds of crazy cryptids.
A lot of biodiversity there.
Yeah.
A lot of diversity.
That sounds so hard.
Yeah, dude. Give me some New Orleans Cajun swamp ghouls. That's what I'm looking for. I need some swamp ghoul culture. They're cooking up some good gator down there.
Like this one's so good. I actually wouldn't be shocked if this is what Fallout 5 was.
We were shocked that this was not Fallout 4.
Yeah.
People thought this would be Fallout 4. This has to be Big Iron. I mean,
yeah, I think it's Big Iron too.
Big Iron.
Big Iron it is.
Big Iron, baby.
Up next, we can make a return to the Rangers with Dallas.
Oh boy, we haven't seen Texas. I don't believe, and Texas is a cool part of America too. Really, as much as we like to hate on it. Would Dallas be a good Fallout game?
Yeah, I think when you think Dallas, what I would say is really it could be interchangeable with any big Texas city because it could be Houston or it could be Austin.
Yeah,
but I think the vibe of Texas would actually fit a Fallout game really well.
I think there could be a totally good Fallout Texas game.
Yeah. But how great is it? I actually think it's top of in my head. Like I'm thinking like it would be lots of ranger stuff, and maybe the only issue is we would kind of get the same landscape as we got in New Vegas.
That's what I was going to say. Is the biggest issue with Texas is a lot of Texas is like geographically the same. Like Whereas there's a lot of geographic diversity with a place like, New Orleans or even going up towards Toronto or California. But Texas, a lot of Texas is kind of the same look all around. Which, to be
Wait,
fair,
that's
Fallout 3
facts.
in DC was the same. It's not like Fallout 3 didn't have the same terrain the whole way around.
Yeah, I think
Honestly, I'd still
yeah.
give it a lot
Do
of
you want that
points.
again?
I would take
Well,
it
I
again.
think some of those older games too were kind of limited in capability, so like they kind of just stuck to one ecosystem.
Eased on production value, but honestly, I want it in Take Me Home because I'd do anything for even a pseudo
No,
southern.
I will not allow it to be a take me home.
Yeah, I'm
We
almost
put it at the
thinking.
top of Wander here. You're telling me you want Dallas over Portland?
I was actually going to
Yeah,
say I
I
kind of
do.
low key would want Portland over Dallas.
Yeah, I would want Dallas over Portland.
Also,
but
can
I
we
think
drop
they're both
Hollywood
cool.
down to here?
Yeah, get
Yeah,
Hollywood.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm voting for Portland over Dallas, low key.
All
That's what
right.
I'm saying.
All right.
Hey, sorry, Texas. I tried.
Well,
Sorry, Texas.
another cool one, and with GTA 6 coming out, we have Miami Beach.
Ooh, Florida.
Hard.
This could Fallout Florida could be good, and it's also like we have no idea what happens. I don't think we have any idea what's going on in Florida and Fallout. So it's a brand new world.
Yeah,
I don't know any.
I think it has a lot of the same benefits that New Orleans has.
Yeah,
Because Miami has its own unique culture. It has all the wildlife because the Everglades are right there.
it's true. I think New Orleans is a bit more identifiable and a bit more maybe like sought after than Miami. Not that Miami wouldn't be cool.
Yeah, I mean,
They're both
granted,
equal to me. They're both equal to me.
I would probably say New Orleans more, but I think like a Miami Vice type, even though it's like doesn't match, the 50s, but like a very Miami Vice kind of inspired kind of game would be cool.
Yeah, it could be cool.
I would say Take Me Home.
Wow. Take Me Home in Florida.
Yeah, I think Miami Beach would be pretty cool.
I'm just saying a bunch of gators, bro. That sounds dope.
I think that one of the cooler, like it could be, one of the cooler parts could be like a Disney World sort of thing, but we kind of already have that with like a Nuka World going on in.
Yeah, they can just reuse the assets.
I guess, but that kind of kills out the customer's value. I don't really think that's the move, but
I think it's pretty good. I think the tough thing is there's actually, to me, there's not a big gap from here to here.
Yeah.
Like, because it could be, which is kind of weird. So it probably should be in this tier then, because I'm kind of thinking it's on the same tier as Portland and Dallas.
I'm okay with it being here on the same tier. I don't think it's quite Take Me Home. I think there's stuff that I'd want more than Miami.
Where are you thinking it is, Bub?
I'd bump it up one, but I'm totally cool with
that.
I
think it's on this tier. I think it's on this tier for sure. I think
it's got to be at the top then.
Okay, fair enough. Here's one that I'm actually probably...
Well, hold up.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Bump it behind Portland. I got to keep it realistic.
Savage.
Oh.
You think Portland's better, Tristan?
I kind of do.
Okay, fair enough. All right, up next is one that I think is probably cooler than maybe you guys think, or maybe it's not. Now, the only downside to Philadelphia is I think it would be a very similar in style to Boston, because you would get a lot of the same like Revolution and Liberty kind of vibes from it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Philadelphia is a cool city. But my only concern is that it's too similar to Boston, like historically.
I'm actually kind of cool with that. I don't have an issue with it being too like similar to Boston historically. Mainly because it gives the writers an opportunity to like flesh out like the future of what, like, so you can see the after effects of Fallout 4. You can see what's going on and what's happened around because of it. Maybe make a new faction that has something to do with this area there would actually be a reason for the Brotherhood of Steel to be here, unlike in every other game where they just like to shove the Brotherhood of Steel for no reason.
Yeah.
And I think Philadelphia is a cool city, and I actually have no problem with them being like a northwest coast or northeast coast city. I like Philadelphia. I'm trying to think. It's like I just don't know that I'd like it more than Portland. Maybe I would.
Dude, this
hard
gauntlet
to
right
say.
here,
Yeah.
is tough.
This is
Bro,
it's a
the
tough.
Wander here gate is unbreachable.
Yeah, 'cause I
Well,
think these
we
are all
got
of
a
the
lot of
good
places.
ideas, and then this is like where we actually want it to be. You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think Philadelphia. I think it's like.
I would bump it behind Miami.
I think I would
I
put
would-
it right here too.
I would have put it above Miami, but that's just me.
All right. Well, majority rules, and up next we have Washington D.C. Back to Washington.
Whoa, a run back, huh? So here's a question: how long? Like, what do we have a time gap here at all? Do we, or is
I mean,
it
that would
just like
kind of just have to be in your answer and how you just rate it based on that. You know.
yeah? I think it would be cool to see like what an actual like Brotherhood of Steel government like managed Washington D.C. is, because in 3 they're more like an organization that is helping like spread the purified water, whereas 4 it's implied that they're not really a government organization anymore, or not really like an administrative like helpful organization, as they are a military organization that exists and probably uses that to help fund them. Like I'm pretty sure they're capitalizing on the water purifier now. It would be cool to see what the effect of the new Brotherhood of Steel would be in Washington D.C., which would be the coolest part of it. The question is like, what would the conflict be? Because I swear, if we bring the Enclave back for the 5th time, I'll be kind of mad. DC's cool. The only reason that DC isn't really high up there is literally because it has been done before. Exactly.
Yes, I would want DC probably before Hollywood.
Definitely. I think that's where I want it to.
Yeah. What do you think, Bub?
That looks very reasonable. I always let you guys give your opinion first, so because I'm always like, is it really set the world on fire, or am I tripping? And then you guys always kind of just like get the same path as me. I'm like, okay, well.
I just think these are
They're
better.
reasonable, too.
I just think all these are better.
Yeah.
I look above it and I'm like, I would prefer any of those.
Yeah.
If this was 2006 and you asked me and you put DC on the list, I'd say DC would be a cool place to go for Fallout.
Yeah.
But given that it was already done before,
No, I
it just
agree.
feels a
I'm
little
right
bit
there with
wasted.
you. Next up is Atlanta, the ATL.
Oh, big Atlanta.
I gotta Google.
You gotta Google Atlanta.
I would say, culturally, for obvious reasons, I'm not as invested in Atlanta, and I don't think.
Man, even most Southerners aren't even invested in Atlanta. It's like kind of the ugly stepchild of cities, especially in Georgia. It's like the most hated one, actually, I think.
Depending, I don't know. Some people really like Atlanta, but it's one of those things where it's like, to me, I'm just not as invested in it. I don't think that Atlanta is actually all that cool. I get it has like, music scenes, and it's really it. Okay, kind of has like a music scene, but that's really it.
Looks cool.
To me,
looks like every other city. To be
that's my thing. Is to me, Atlanta is like, if you took Atlanta's music scene and put it in Baltimore, Baltimore's the new Atlanta. Like, there's nothing actually special about the city. It's kind of just that it has like a music scene. Is why it's like pop culture right now.
Not to be the Alabama guy about it. I think Montgomery would be a better choice than Atlanta. And that's not just because I'm from Alabama. That's because I think Montgomery's a more interesting city than Atlanta is.
Well, I got to stop you there, because Montgomery would not be better than Atlanta.
Well, maybe you wouldn't, but
no, I don't think Atlanta is the worst. Like, I wouldn't be sick if they did it in Atlanta, because you still could have. I think the South is cool still.
I'd want Hollywood more.
Yeah, I think the South is cool and still unexplored. In my head, actually, I would put it above DC, because even though this would be my least favorite of the southern cities that we have on here, I would still prefer it than rehashing DC or Hollywood.
I think that is true. I think I'd have more faith in them to have it than DC again. But
this is where you would agree, Tristan?
Yeah, I'm cool with this. But again, Atlanta is kind of like my least favorite of the southern states.
No, I agree. I agree, but I still think it's better than these.
Yeah.
Swap those two.
Right.
Swap what two?
Hollywood and Washington, D.C.
I'd rather have D.C. than Hollywood.
Really? What about you, Tristan?
Yeah, I would too.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, majority rules.
All right, up next, rehashing another one, is Las Vegas.
10 out of 10. Do it again, please. Let me see it.
I would say, in my head, I would say it's I would say it's probably. I don't think it's Big Iron. It's not Big Iron.
The
It's
only
Take Me Home.
I think it's probably
it's
Take
a-
Me Home.
it better be Take Me Home. Look, if they didn't have the
I would
the
so
Fallout
prefer
TV
New
show,
Orleans. I would just so prefer
I
New
would.
Orleans.
I would prefer New Orleans over it. But well, I guess it would depend on how well it was done. But
To me, there's 2 to 3 cities that I would definitely prefer over Vegas again.
no,
I think
well,
I might
I'm
shock you
obviously
with
a
one
Vegas
of them.
fanboy.
I think I might shock you with one of them. No, Vegas is cool. I think part of the thing is that you're looking at New Vegas as you're going to get a New Vegas 2 that was just as good as New Vegas, not thinking about the setting.
Yeah, I'm praying to God, please don't ruin it.
Yeah, it's like if like you were like, where should the next Elder Scrolls be? And I was like, Skyrim again. You'd be like, you'd be like, they're gonna mess it up this time. Like it's not
That's
the same.
definitely true. That's definitely true.
We like it there.
Cool. Take me home. Take me home. Leave it there.
Wait, bruv. Next we got London. Then.
London. We've got a big fan project on London.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty cool. It actually kind of convinced me that maybe Fallout could be kind of doable outside of the States.
Well, we got a string of them coming up, so.
Yeah, Fallout in London. It's I don't know if you've seen it, Bubby. There is a huge like fan project to make Fallout London a thing. And it's really cool. They do a really good job. And I'll say what you want about all the other like cities and Fallout game locations. This one would be the most unique in that it is the first that is built outside of the States. There's a lot of things you could go within London. Not to mention, and it'd be the first mega city that Fallout like that they were placed inside of. It's huge. I think London's really big. I like London in person too. Not to mention, you've got an excuse to go anywhere within England if you're set within Fallout London. Any DLC can go anywhere.
Agree. Yeah, I agree. And I think that would be the best part. You could have like an Ireland DLC, a Scotland DLC, like a...
Totally could. Let me go see Glasgow.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be...
Okay.
You could even go to France on a DLC.
Mm-hmm. I looked at the trailer and it's looking really inspiring. This might be Take Me Home for me.
It might be Big Iron for me because there is literally a direct train line from London to Paris. Like there could be a second part of the game that goes to Paris.
Yeah, but I would say base it off London, not a different city it could go to.
It's just
I want it more than Vegas, probably.
Really?
You want it more than Vegas?
You want to hear British accents the whole time you play?
No, I hate the accent. I hate the accent a lot. That's the only... You're kind of ruining it for me now.
The biggest negative to setting a Fallout in Fallout London is it doesn't really feel like any of the story of Fallout is being
That's what I was going to say. It doesn't progress. That's what I was going to say too, yeah.
That's really the biggest problem, and that's why I want Vegas over it.
I actually I actually didn't even think it was this high, to be honest with you guys.
I think it is. I think it is that cool.
There's like there's other cities that I would actually prefer over this that are foreign cities. So that's kind of funny, but
yeah, I'm sure Moscow is going to be one of them.
I was going to say right here, our next one, Tokyo, I think would have been cool.
Yeah, Tokyo for me.
Tokyo would be cool. And we have a samurai character in Fallout 3 from the 1500s that has been released upon the world again. So, you might have a returning character with him. I don't even know what a Fallout Tokyo would look like.
That's why I think it's cooler than London, because I have the London DLC.
That's true.
Or the London fan project. Like and funny enough, you'll see here in a second. This one might shock you, but you'll see in a second what I think. But I think Tokyo is pretty cool. It's actually my second favorite one of these.
Yeah, Tokyo is also a really cool city. You know what I think would be the coolest part about it is that you would get to see a 70s version of Tokyo, like
50s,
right? Or well,
60s,
no, well they get it's like they get nuked in 2077 is when they get nuked.
Yeah, but it's all 60s, 50s, and 60s.
Yeah, it's culturally 60s. It's culturally 60s, 50s.
So it'd be like post-war Japan type vibes.
Yeah, it'd be post-war Japan. Oh man,
it would make sense to even still have like Americana, because like Japan has like a lot of Americana at this time.
That's true. They could even in this point like have Americans still deployed here because China's right there, because they're going to war with China. So there could actually be reason for American influence over here again, which is all more benefit for it. And not to mention, you would have the whole Hiroshima Nagasaki places like they were nuked beforehand. Like there might be there's some stuff you could do with that quest wise. I think that'd be really cool. Honestly, Tokyo would be cool.
I think it's cooler than London.
You know,
but again, I would have put London like here actually.
Really,
or even here. I would have put London like right here.
I guess I'm just giving it a lot of points because it's like
I know, but the fan. I feel like I could just play the fan project. Have you played the fan project?
I've watched a little bit of it.
Look, that's what I'm saying. There's already a Fallout London and you haven't played it. How can it be that good?
Good point. The only thing is like I don't have any idea where they would go with a Fallout Tokyo. I don't know what their like direction would be or what the.
It'd be cool.
It would be cool.
It would just be cool.
I think London's like here, dude.
No, you're shitting on London too much.
But at least bump it above Dallas.
I would want it above. Honestly, I'd probably want it
behind Miami if you're gonna
at least above Philadelphia. Above Philadelphia. That's all I'm asking.
Fair enough, because I think Miami and Portland are both cooler than London.
That's fair.
All right, in Tokyo, where does Tokyo go?
Big Iron for me, but that's because I'm a nerd. So, story-wise, I don't know where that would.
I think Tokyo is at least above Portland.
I think it's above Portland. I would be cool with a Tokyo game over all of the I'd Wander Here's. It's the only part that hurts me is that I don't know what the continuation to the Fallout story would be.
Right, but there's that you get that same thing with London, except Tokyo's just cooler.
It's true.
All right, next one. This is one that is probably a shocker. I think Hong Kong or Shanghai would be awesome.
I think
it's the only way you could see it from the Chinese perspective.
Yeah. I think that is like the coolest part of this whole concept is that you could see it from the Chinese perspective. But a lot of me is like I like everything
about the Chinese
vibes.
perspective?
Yeah, I really don't care about the Chinese perspective. As the great Liberty Farm once said, death is a preferable alternative to communism. Better dead than red. I like if you put a list of like six of these randomly up there and you said, all right, pick one of these to be the next Fallout game, I don't think I ever choose Hong Kong. I would like if there was a Fallout Tokyo and then there was a Hong Kong DLC, that would be cool.
So you think
I do not want to spend a whole game on it.
You think it's cool in theory, but it's not something you'd pick.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I think that's fair. I think it's at least it's like it's in Set the World on Fire. To be fair, maybe
I'd put it above Atlanta for the uniqueness of it. I guess I really don't care much about Atlanta.
You good there, bub?
Yeah, it's like equal with Seattle for me though.
Okay, yeah, fair. I think Seattle's low key not that cool either, but it's funny because Seattle and Portland are like low key the same city, and we're like,
yeah.
I don't think Portland has cooler vibes. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, up next is Moscow.
I think this Moscow could be cool.
I know you think that. I'm pretty low on Moscow. I think it's been done to death, and I think like post-war Russia is like nuclear Russia is like done to death to me.
It is true. You've got what was the game? You've got all of the Stalker series, which I guess is more, I think, based out of
the Metro series.
Yeah, Metro. You got Stalker, Metro. You have there's another one that's like BioShock, but based in the Soviet Union. Oh, I can't remember what it's called.
Oh,
you see a lot. You do see a lot.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about with the robots.
Yeah. You do see a lot of 50s, 60s, like especially sci-fi Moscow. It is kind of like a lot of it is done there, which I think is cool. I still it kind of kills the Americana. I kind of like the Americana.
I agree. Low key to me, it's like here.
Whoa, that's hateful.
Above Toronto, then. To me, it's like bottom tier. Like it's been done to death, and it derails the Fallout story the most because like Russia's not even that relevant.
That's what I was going to say. Is the biggest problem with it is the war is not even with Russia. The war's with China. So it's like this is kind of like a third string like country. They're not even a part of it. So we'll leave it there. It's a shame. Pour one out for Moscow.
All right, you good there, bub?
Yeah, I got a little interrupted, but I caught back in at the end there. I can co-sign that completely. I'm not interested in Moscow at all.
All right, up next is Chicago.
Chicago. It's the first, I think, like central, like North City we'd have. It's like the most far away from all the other prior games.
I think it's really cool. I think Chicago, you get like mafia vibes. I think it's
really cool.
that
could be cool. That could be cool. You absolutely could have some Is Al Capone in Chicago?
Wait,
Yeah.
Aaron's spitting facts. Wait, that's so true.
To me, Chicago is just like New Vegas, but the New Vegas.
They could have a whole they could have a whole thing going on with gangsters. I could see it being really really well done. I could see it being pretty thorough.
It sounds really fun.
Yeah, I'm rocking with it. You guys like it at the top of Take Me Home?
Yeah.
I will let it be there. I'd prefer Vegas over it, but I'm obviously biased.
Right, up next we have
Okay.
New York City.
So, for those of you who do not know, the biggest problem with New York City is that in the lore, it is a giant crater. It is
Oh,
So you were saying New York City is a crater.
in lore, and this isn't anything that can be like. It has been said that it has been totally like flattened and cratered, but we've never seen it. We don't actually. There's no like total evidence of that, so whether that gets retconned or could be redone for this is whatever. But historically, it has been known that New York City is pretty much flattened, which makes sort of sense if you were going to go, mutually assured destruction, total nuclear war on somewhere. New York City would probably be one of the places that gets totally glassed. But assuming that it's not totally flattened, it would be like really cool ruins to go see New York City. There'd be a lot of stuff to see: Empire State Building, the Twin Towers, or not the Twin Towers. The Liberty Statue of Liberty. Whatever else is left, I guess.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I've never really thought about New York City as a place, mainly because it is supposed to be totally destroyed. But who knows, really?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not with Big Apple.
I think it's cool. I do think that I think my issue with the Northeast is like Boston and New York and DC and even West Virginia. Like, we've had so much in the Northeast. Like, it's
Yeah,
hard for
it's
me.
all
Like, I
kinda
would probably
samey
put
at
it
this
around
point.
Philadelphia. Like,
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable place.
and I'd probably put it below because I think they'd have to retcon a lot to make New York work.
hmm
I'd actually even maybe
I,
put it
Good
below
to me.
Dallas.
yeah, I would actually rather Dallas more than New York City, to be fair.
Fair enough, bub.
This next
Yeah.
city is one that I actually think would be really cool.
Okay, well, this
So-
was my other big iron.
Yeah. So let me explain some of the
It's
reasons why I
Denver,
think
Colorado.
Yeah, so part of the reason that Denver would be really cool is we have a lot of history with Denver actually in Fallout, because we've actually, I think, been there in Fallout 2. We know that the Caesar's Legion had a big war and eventually defeated Denver and conquered them until the Caesar's Legion eventually probably totally collapses. It was part of Caesar's Legion's land, but if you were to make another game in it, it would probably be like the whatever collapsed remnants of what was Caesar's Legion would be a lot of what was going on there. They were also, it's a place known for like a ton of robotic dogs. There's a little bit of Fallout history that goes with Denver. I think some of the Skynet stuff from Fallout 2 is also there still. So there's a lot to go off of. Not to mention Denver's a cool place. It'd be cool to see Colorado.
And it'd be super snowy.
It'd be super snowy. Mountaintops to climb.
Give me like a nuclear winter vibe.
And I think that would be rad.
I'm really
I think
rocking with the snow. That's why, like, yeah, I might be overvaluing the snow actually.
No, I don't think you can. I think snow's cool.
I think snow
And
in
I
a
think-
nuclear apocalypse is cool.
I would.
Right?
I think Denver's right here.
I think Denver belongs there because of a lot of the history of Fallout that is in Denver.
Facts. All right, up next we have Anchorage.
I think it would be cool to see Anchorage. I think it'd be cool to see a lot of Alaska. But do I really think it would be like, is there enough to justify a whole game of Fallout in Alaska? I really don't think so.
I agree.
It would be the most sparsely populated of anywhere that we've ever been in Fallout. I mean, and even the DLC that they do in Anchorage from Fallout 3, it's not even actually you're very rarely you're not really seeing the city of Anchorage. It's more so just simulated warfighting around Alaska. Yeah, I just don't think it would be that great of a place to. I just don't think there's enough. I don't think there's enough to see of Alaska, especially if it being like 50s, 65.
Yeah,
I don't really know.
and I think a lot of people like this, but honestly, and this might be brutal, but I'd put it like down here.
I mean, I don't really know what's in Alaska. Tristan is the Alaskan guy, so I'm just gonna take his word for it.
I just think
That's
it's
the
really
thing.
low. I just don't care about Anchorage at all. I've been there, and I just don't care about it.
If I
Yeah,
went
it's
snow, I'll
just.
take Denver.
I'll take it. I want it over Hollywood, but only because I am a
Oh,
bit of an
I'd
Alaska
rather go
boy.
back to California than go to Alaska.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. Most probably would, to
What
be
do you say,
fair.
above or below Hollywood?
Below Hollywood.
All right, and last but not least, Hawaii.
Womp womp. Zero tier. Boring.
Really,
Don't
Really?
ever.
zero tier.
Yeah. Yeah, don't ever send me
Kick
to
you in the
Hawaii.
head tier?
Yeah, if you waste my time making a Fallout game for Hawaii, I'm gonna be totally livid.
Oh, I think it'd be a good way
What?
to like mix China, Japan, and America all into one. Like I think it's the way that you would do the mix
I think the fact
because it
I
would make the
mean
most sense. Like if they would land it anywhere other than Anchorage, which we don't care about. Like if China and Japan, like if there's an influence from other countries, Hawaii would make the most sense.
there's just not enough going on in like I can't think of many historical landmarks aside from like Pearl Harbor that they would really use as like as landmarks in the game. Not to
It's a
mention,
volcano, man.
Yeah, Hawaii. Well, also Hawaii's like low key, like one of the most like culturally like diverse. Like it's one of the most American like offshoots because like the Hawaiian culture is like very different than like mainland American culture.
I
Like, I
feel
think it
like a
would
lot of
definitely have a way different vibe than almost.
it would have a very different vibe from all of these, but that doesn't. I don't think that's necessarily a good thing, and that I think it would be so far off beat. I don't really feel like I just don't think it would be a good Fallout game. But that's my thing. I would absolutely rather see a weird side game in a Moscow over a side game in Hawaii.
I think you could have like like the factions could be like sleeper factions of like Chinese and American. You know what I mean? Like
That
enclave and
sounds
then Chinese.
hard.
Like I think Hawaii would be the place where it made the most sense.
I
Kind of
I
like
mean,
like Japanese spies in Hawaii during World War II. You know, they would be
sure,
Chinese.
and even
I'm
then,
not saying it's that great, by the way. I'm just saying it's not that low. Like it's probably
I think it is that
here.
low.
It's probably as low
It's
as I
gotta
would.
be in
I would
the
actually.
mid-tier.
No,
I would put it
I would
above Atlanta.
never. I would put fucking Gwen, Alabama over Hawaii.
All right, let's let the reasonable people decide where this should be. What are you
Yeah.
thinking, Bubby?
It's not going below I'd wander here. There's no way.
What?
I'd rather than
You're
Seattle too.
insane.
Maybe no, I'd rather Seattle than Hawaii.
Over
That's fair.
DC's LA, Atlanta? No way. No
I want it more
way.
than Hollywood. I want more than Washington DC. I want more than
Way.
Atlanta.
I
want
bet
more than Hong Kong.
if we had 100, like if we did a checklist of 100 people voting, Hawaii, if you give them like 5 options, Hawaii's always gonna be at the bottom. I can't imagine.
Yeah, not
Hawaii
if you
ever being-
threw Hong Kong and Atlanta on there.
I think they would. I think they would. I would rather a Hong Kong game over a Hawaii game.
Hawaii's just Hong Kong
It's not.
with more America.
That's not true. That's not true. That's
You could make it Hong Kongy though by having a big Chinese influence. Is my point. I think it's the one that makes the most sense of having like multiple like world government influences or past world government influences.
and it would still be a bad game.
No, it has potential to be a good one.
I think it's literally Hawaii's just Miami Beach, but not as cool.
No,
That's kind of facts.
it's like I'm my vote is as far down as possible. That's what I give my vote. So the
I'm
rest of
voting
the
for right
boys-
here. What are you voting for, Bob?
I'm voting for right there.
Too
Minimal.
easy. Here is the list. Love it or hate it.
Here's your list, guys.
And I will say, I think our top four are correct.
Yeah, I think the top 4 are right.
I would bump Tokyo up one, but that's just me.
I could see the argument for it. Low key, I almost would rather Denver than New Orleans, but I think they're really neck and neck to me.
They're the same to me.
And then to me, I would definitely rather Chicago than Las Vegas, but Las Vegas was cool.
You really sold me with the gangster storyline, so I like Chicago more. I know Tristan loves Vegas though.
Yeah.
You just can't get enough of it, bro. You can't get enough.
It was a good part of, it's a good Fallout game. The best a lot of people would say.
All right. Well,
So
we're gonna
good,
wrap it
wants
up
to
here,
start.
guys. It's getting
Yep.
long, so take it easy.
Guys,
Hey, have a good
Godspeed,
day.
guys.